Hello, we are live again for some more Premier League predictions. On to matchday number 25 this time round, and some very interesting results from last batch of matches, including, of course, my Chelsea team have managed to win these yesterday to get themselves up to a fourth position, so looking really, really good now. So first up here, Leicester City come from behind victory against Liverpool. They were 3-1 winners on the day. Mo Salah scoring the first goal for Liverpool. They looked really good in the first half, scored the goal, but they collapsed with Alisson, the goalkeeper, making further mistakes. So Maddison, Vardy and Barnes scoring the goals for Leicester City to give themselves the 3 points. We had Burnley surprisingly managed to score 3 goals. They don't score many goals at all, but 3-0 winners against Crystal Palace, with Gudmundsson or the Weekers 2-0 up after 10 minutes, and also Loton early on in the second half. Hello there, Talk Man. Nice to see you back. Next up, we had Manchester City 3-0 winners against Tottenham. We had Hernandez scoring a penalty kick goal, and we had Gundogan who managed to get himself 2. Next up, Brighton Aston Villa, a 0-0 stalemate. Wolves defeated Southampton 2-1. Neves and Mito. Meanwhile, Danny Ings scored the opening goal, but came unstuck in the second half. West Brom and Manchester United, there was a surprising 1-1 draw. West Brom scored very early on in this match, with Deeney getting the opening goal, and then Bruno Fernandes with a brilliant equaliser to give himself at least 1 point, but 1 point's not good enough. Why do you walk in the park when it's not a park stroll, it's a park one? Yeah, good points, but it's because I'm allowed to walk, but I'm not allowed to run at the moment. But yeah, I would definitely run if I had the option to do so, but that's because of my injury. Don't want to screw things up even more for myself, so just has to be walk at the moment. 4-2 winners against Leeds United. It's interesting seeing half Leeds, if they managed to get the 3rd goal, would have been a potential astonishing fight back, but unable to do so. And Aubameyang managed to get a hat-trick, and Bellerin as well too. Meanwhile for Leeds, Struijk and Costa scoring the goals. Fulham 2-0 winners on the road against Everton. Majar scored the 2 in the end. After the first over 25 minutes, how did you finish the whole thing in 46 minutes? Yeah, I believe it was around about. Oh, how did you finish the whole thing in 46 minutes? Yeah, good question. I suppose I managed to speed up on the second lap. 46 minutes was the quick time. I probably wasn't quite 25 minutes because when I was saying about 25 minutes, I was already past like the first lap point. So yeah, it was extra few minutes on top of that. So yeah, I probably did end up doing first lap in like 22, 23 minutes. So yeah. No, it's just 2 laps because each lap was 2.5 k's around the lake there. Managed to work out to be. So yep, just the 2. So next game we had West Ham 3-0 winners against Sheffield United. Any hopes for Sheffield United even more dashed, but I didn't believe they had any hopes. So Weiss, Diop, and Fredericks scoring the goals for West Ham to send them up to 5th. And good old my Chelsea team 2-0 winners at home against Newcastle. Giroud and Timo Werner finally managing to score a goal. So big round of applause to Timo Werner for that one there. So how do we get on with predictions? For myself, I managed to put up 12.3 with lots of Manchester City, it's Wolves, Arsenal, West Ham and Chelsea to win, as well as the Brighton Aston Villa game to be a draw. The football side to pick up 7.33 with Manchester City, Wolves, Arsenal and Chelsea to win their matches. Hello Nathan, just got back from a nice jungle adventure and I got some really mango ice cream. Okay, that sounds very exciting. I like my forest bush walks there and good expedition, exploration, if I can say that correctly. Yeah, so good on you there, Black Lion. Can you do strip fever, Nathan? No, there's only so many items are closed that YouTube would allow you to take off. So I think that's going to work out too well. And Chubby McGee says hi. Hello, how's it going? Overall leaderboard says the football side on top with 214.35. Got myself in seconds, 181.34. And third place goes to Cavan Wright, 20.32. Tom O is in fourth with 18.02. Roberto Hollis is in fifth, 13.08. And in sixth position, it's emergency with 6.9. And yes, I am single. So next up, we have Matchday Number 25 games, including a couple of catch-up games, which includes Burnley and Fulham first up. So a good key punch match here towards the bottom of the table. So yeah, Burnley come into the 16th. Meanwhile for Fulham, they come into an 18th. Recent form is Burnley a couple wins and they've won the past 5. Fulham have picked up a lot of draws this season, with 1 victory and 3 draws. So yeah, 9 draws in total for Fulham this season. Just the 3 victories. Burnley have managed to win 7 games. I'm going to go with Fulham here though. They managed to get a big victory against Everton last time round. There's a 7-point gap between themselves and Newcastle to try and get themselves out of the relegation positions. And normally you generally see a little bit of fight from those clubs that desperately need it. Seems like West Brom and Sheffield United are doomed, but for Fulham, I think they might still have a chance here. So I'm going to go Fulham, 2-1 winners, and the football science is going to go Burnley, 2-1 winners. How many subs are you aiming for by the end of the year? Good question. Let's say 600, 650 or so would be quite nice. And yeah, that's not going to happen there. Toys, man. It's the 8. Next up, we have Everton taking on Manchester City. $9 for Everton, $5.50 for draw, and $1.30 for Manchester City. Everton come into 7th. 1 between a couple of draws in their past 5 matches. Meanwhile, for Manchester City, they come into top of the table, looking like they are going to win it this season. They got a 7-point lead. They got a game in hand as well, winning about 16 games in all competitions there. So it'd be good when that finally comes to an end. Here looks like a bit like a cat. So okay, maybe I've been spending too much time with Mystelia, my cats at home. Why not 100,000 a year? But I don't think that's going to be anywhere near possible, unfortunately. Did you hear about the bomb in the Middle East? 64 people died in? No, I didn't. But anyway, unfortunate, not good. Anyway, moving on. So, got to back Manchester City here. They keep winning all of the games. So until they falter, got to back the winning side, unfortunately. Got to go up a 2-1 for Man City. And the football science is going to go up a 2-1 win for Manchester City. Yeah, never nice when people die, bombing, or COVID, or whatever the case may be. Next up is Wolves taking on Leeds. $2.50 for Wolves. We got $3.10 for the draw and $2.75 for Leeds. Wolves come into in 12th. Couple wins and a couple of draws in recent times. Leeds 3 wins in the past 5. Going to go up a 3-2 victory for Leeds compared to a 2-0 win for Leeds, according to the Football Simulator. Next up is my team, Chelsea, as they take on Southampton. So we got $4.50 for Southampton. We've got $3.60 for the draw and $1.72 for Chelsea. Southampton come into us in 13th and they on a losing streak in the Premier League, losing their past 6. So it's not looking good at all. Meanwhile, for Chelsea in 4th, managing to win our past 4 games in a row there. And all of a sudden, we're only 4 points behind Leicester City and Manchester United. Got to go Chelsea. 3-0 winners here. and a 3-1 prediction. The football side have fought Chelsea. No to the hit option. Yeah, sad stuff. Yeah, my sister was one of those days. Ouch. Have you put in the bun? Put what on the bun? What are your thoughts on the Sammy GFC YouTube channel who's going to start making soccer videos? Yeah, I haven't been on his channel for a while. I'm not sure if I've seen him in the chat there recently, maybe once or twice. Always span ahead, yeah, English dog. Are you gay? No, I'm not gay. Or trans? No, I'm not any particular sexual orientation, if you want to call it that, because I'm not in a relationship. And no for the strip fever. So next up is another big match is between Burnley and West Brom. So Burnley comes in 16th. Went over them, doing pretty well at recent matches. And then for West Brom, they just can't win against a few interesting surprising draws, including a draw against Manchester United last time round. But only 2 wins all season is going to cost them dearly. 12 points adrift all of a sudden. So they've gone for another draw for them here, but they got to win these type of matches. So we're both actually going to pick a 1-1 draw for this match. Next up, we have Liverpool taking on Everton in the Merseyside derby. So $1.45 for Liverpool, $4.20 for the draw, and $6 for Everton. Liverpool come into 6th, losing their past 3 matches back to back there. And they also on a 3-game losing streak at home, would you believe that, after that 4-year unbeaten streak. So possible they could go 4 home defeats in a row here against a difficult Everton opposition. So it's been, 11 years or so since Everton last beat Liverpool. So can they finally break that drought? One of it's been a couple of draws in the past 5 for Everton. They've got a couple of games in hand. If they win this game here, they get to have the same number of points as Liverpool, and depending on how they got on against Manchester City first up. Going to go with Everton to win this match. 2-1 winners compared to a 3-1 prediction for Liverpool. And did you hear about Arsenal's plans to cancel the rest of the games due to the effects of COVID-19? Do you think that's a good idea? I did not hear anything about that at all. I don't think that's a true statement. I know that some of the lower league teams, the 5th, 6th division sides, planning to cancel the rest of the season because of funding, but I don't think Arsenal was anywhere in the midst. I heard that Adelaide United going to pick up Yannick Hunt and Mike Hunt as well too, is going to train with Melbourne Victory and they might sign him up. Yeah, still waiting to hear further news about that unlikely situation as well too. So next game we have Fulham taking on Sheffield United. $2 for Fulham, $3.10 for draw, and $3.50 for Sheffield. So a lot of key matchups for this week. A lot of interesting games. A lot of bottom of the table clashes. A lot of top of the table clashes as well too. So it should be very interesting to see which way these games go. So Fulham and 18th, I believe they have a chance to get themselves out of trouble. Sheffield United on the other hand, now last, they are 14 points adrift, 2 wins in the past 5. So I'm going to go with a 1-1 draw here, compared to a 2-2 draw. And I know a number of the stuff is just people making up comments. So just like the fact, did you hear that Victoria also had 28 cases today? That they didn't have any cases today, and they came out of the 5-day lockdown. So it was good news to hear. So some of those A-League postponed matches will be able to go ahead once again and get back on to some sort of regular schedule process. Next game we have West Ham taking on Tottenham. $2.50 for West Ham, $3.25 for the draw, and $2.60 for Tottenham. West Ham comes this in 5th. 3 wins and a draw in the past 5. And Tottenham in 9th, just 1 win in the past 5, losing 4 in fact in recent times. And we're both going to go up a 2-0 win for West Ham. Did you say Victoria means WA? What's Western Australia? I don't think there was that many cases though, because I would have heard about it if it was quite significant. And I'm your neighbour, by the way, Debbie. I don't have a neighbour called Debbie, but nice to see you anyway. Shout out to you. Next game, we got Aston Villa taking on Leicester City. 280 for Aston Villa. We got 340 for the draw and 230 for Leicester. Aston Villa, they come into the 8th. 2 wins in the draw. Meanwhile, for Leicester, they come into the 3rd. Also 2 wins and 2 draws in the past 5. Difficult match to call, but it's got to favour the away sides when you can't necessarily call the matches because they seem to be doing better this season. Going to go with Leicester City, 3-1 winners, compared to a 1-0 victory for Leicester City. Oh, I didn't see Carmen's 22's new video there, Black Blind, so yeah, better make a note to get back onto it, and I should be checking out some more of his videos there because he sometimes comes to these live streams there and supports me, so yeah, good idea. And I did see Toilet Man's latest videos there, which also talked about it to myself, and I made some comments, but didn't hear anything back from him. And play strip darts. I'm not sure what happened to my dartboard there in particular. And yeah, I'm not going to get nude for the stream, unfortunately, for you guys. And did you hear Chelsea's goalkeeper's in hospital after COVID-19? No, didn't hear that at all. I mean, I did have the Premier League news thing just before, so I would have mentioned about it. Otherwise, top news stories has got like Timo Werner ends goal right to seal Chelsea's win over Newcastle. Just thoughts about the matches. Nothing in particular about COVID. So I'm not sure where you're getting all this information from there. And Lions World's new video yet. No, I haven't. It's got that one down as well. And Nick Valio's new blog. Okay. Oh, okay, better jot down more notes. Okay. Try to check out these particular channels after all my live streams that have gone on tonight. Better get to it because it's got these Scottish Premiership predictions coming up next. It's supposed to be in a couple of minutes' time, but it's going to be a little bit late, it seems. Right, so next up, I've gone for a 3-1 win for Leicester, coming to a 1-0 victory for Leicester. Next up is Arsenal taking on Manchester City. So we've got 6 bucks for Arsenal, 4 bucks for the draw, and $1.50 for Man City. Arsenal in 10th with an even season, 10 wins, 10 defeats, and 4 draws. 2 wins in the draw the past 5, so pretty solid mid-table side this season. And we know Manchester City's situation, got to carry on backing them to win, unfortunately. Going to go with a 3-0 win for Manchester City, compared to a 2-0 win for Man City. They also said Fuet Colley's got COVID as well, and he missed the next 2 test matches. I suppose that's a more likely, believable story than everything else that you guys have been talking about so far. Just like the Lionel Messi's child allegations. I mean, if any of these stories were actually real, I would have seen it in the news websites that I've been on just recently. And how good is Owaki in the Parklands? Or Oki? Not sure if I heard that name. Are you talking about the Owaki Park venue? Or are you talking about Owaki, a particular individual, which I've definitely heard of before? Write it down just in case it does pop up. So 2-0 win for Manchester, according to the Football Simulator. I've gone for a 3-0 win for Manchester City. Next game is Manchester United taking on Newcastle. $1.22 for Manchester United, $5.50 for the draw, and $11 for Newcastle. Manchester United are in second, a bit between the 3 draws in the past 5. Meanwhile for Newcastle, they come into 17th, 2 wins in the past 5 matches. Going to go with a 1-1 draw compared to a 4-0 victory for Man United. Yes, I do have a sister. London is Tottenham. No, London is Chelsea. Blue. That's way you say it. London is blue. And how good is John T. Oman as well? I haven't heard of any of these guys, so I'm not sure where you get these particular individuals there from, Toilet Man. But we shall see what you're on about when I search them on later tonight. And yes, cheers, Tweedsman. Anywho, we're on to Brighton taking on Crystal Palace. $1.72 for Brighton, $3.25 for the draw, and $4.50 for Crystal Palace. Brighton coming to some 15th, 2 wins and 3 draws in fact in the past 5. Meanwhile for Crystal Palace and 14th, 2 wins in the past 5 matches. So they go with Brighton, 1-0 winners, commit a 3-0 victory for Crystal Palace. And the final matches between Leeds and Southampton, 2-10 for Leeds, 3.50 for the draw, and 2.88 for Southampton. Leeds in 11th, 3 wins in the past 5. Southampton are 13th, keep on losing. So I'm going to end things off with a 2-0 victory for Leeds, meet a entertaining 3-3 draw in the end. How did Tanish Kaka get on? Okay. I'll drop that down as well too. Tanish Kaka. And film a shop fever video with her, please. That's not going to happen. Myself, her, anyone else. Stripping is not my type of video content. And you're Black One's sister. Okay, hello there, Sophie's World. Really like your camera. Where did you buy it? Want to make TikToks? You're talking about this particular camera that I've been filming on. It's a GoPro camera that I just ordered online on the GoPro website. So yeah, pretty cool. Thanks. Thanks everyone for checking out the stream. Thumbs up, subscribe, comment below your thoughts, predictions for this week's Premier League matches. And don't worry, I'll still be live. Just go on and see my Scottish Premiership predictions live stream. They'll be coming up in at least in a minute's time. So cheers.